Saturday means football, even for the ambulance crews of Portsmouth Maine, and especially for Dicker Immins.
Is there room for me in here? Right, Ernie? They're just above us, isn't they, Pierre? Millwall? 4 points above us. 4 points. We'll be 1 point behind them. Yeah, not so bad players. Millwall! Millwall! You can get out now, Lloydie. What you got? Got a green sprint? Good.
Is that full of stuff for us on the stand?
Yeah. Oh, lads, how are you?
How you doing? All right?
Are you doing all right? Cheers. Hiya. How are you? All right. Pretty wet as well, isn't it?
I go up to every home game if I'm not on duty, or if I'm on duty sometimes. I'll go and watch as much football as I can.
Excuse me, Guy. Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay, lads. Cheers. We've got them dotted around the ground. There's 3 in the north stand. 2 of our paramedics are over there by the police box. There's 3 of us on here. That's me and Tix, plus the officer. And there's 6 up in the first aid room in that area. So it's well covered this afternoon, thank you. I only started coming up front the park actually since I've stopped playing. I used to play local county football. Quite a good standard, up to Hampshire League level, and used to play in front of 1,000 or 2,000 people at the weekend for a few quid in the boot.
That's a lad.
It's not only the professionals who get the service. At a nearby park,
Right, okay, just let yourself rest and let me hold your leg, don't you? Come on, let your muscles rest. Put it to your face and just breathe it in. Okay then? Right, carrying on down. Get the big ones up into the centre.
The lads used to call me Animal because I was renowned for a few tackles, a few high tackles around the waist, and there'd probably been a couple neck high, I think. So that's how I got a reputation. But I wasn't never a dirty player.
you ever get a red card?
Well, I might have done.
What's that like then? Like around my box. Come on, hand it round, Yates. Let me have your wrist. Lift up the straight line. 3-2, gents. 3-2. Okay, just rest back. Just relax back. Okay?
Loves that as well, doesn't he?
Come on, let's go and win it. Tony, go up and click. Are you ready? 3-2, lift. There we go.
Ever feel you wanted to be a professional footballer and not an ambulance man?
Well, of course I do sometimes, yeah, especially games like this. I mean, it's end-to-end stuff, and there's a lot of tackles going in, which I like. But it is, yeah, I do think a lot about that. But there you are, I'm ambulance man, and that's it.
I don't think I make many mistakes, or if I do make a mistake, I correct it as soon as I can, obviously. I think the problem I get is when you go off duty and you tend to dwell on what you've done during the day and perhaps think about the families or the people that you've been looking after.
There's 35, 36 guys, and I think we all get on well.
It's not as we're thinking of a coach, like a motor coach. We're thinking of to coach somebody or to train somebody.
Still don't know what it is.
What's up? Short sugar, and you haven't filled it up recently either.
It's very close-knit. It's a good thing, really. And that helps in a stressful situation. You can always come back and relate a job to somebody who will make light of it and see another side. And I'll perhaps do the same for somebody else.
I'm sure they're hooked up to that.
As soon as you make the tea, phone ring.
That's why we don't make the tea very often. Lawrence Corner House, trained. I think, Sorry?
What's the milk?
Are you okay? 7 minutes. We're going out. You don't want me to drink this then? No.
This man's been found unconscious on the pavement. Paramedic Ron Lilly hands the patient over to a second crew, which takes him to casualty.
Chap's a resident of Mill House, which is a hostel here. Apparently he's been out today consuming alcohol, and he's gone down and he's hit his head. His name's Nicholas. I haven't got anything from him. I've tried a bit of stimulation and everything, but he's not. Okay, we'll get the gear and load him up. Okay then. Nicholas, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Nick?
Got any more details on him?
They're just going to get, as far as I know, it's not an epileptic, not a diabetic, nothing like that.
Just a Wilser.
Just a Wilser. Righty ho.
2 and 3.
He's more or less on his side.
Yeah, that's
facing the right way.
Yeah.
As I say, he's been out, he's had a bit to drink. He hasn't quite.
Yeah, he was here when we come down.
Was he?
Yeah.
Half hour ago he was here, we passed him.
That's his coat in there anyway.
We deal with all sorts of people. I have a policy that it can be in the street, round of the road, a tramp, or it can be somebody coming from, you know, a well-to-do property. The care that is available to those people is the same. Clearly, the approach has to be slightly different. You would get some weird looks if you tried to treat the tramp the way that you would treat, say, another member of society. So you have to style your approach, but the care that you offer them is neutral.
This is the cool. Eh? Oh. Yes, scales and exercises.
It started, has it?
Yeah. He's been playing the piano.
Yeah, the kid wants to
So he's going to be a victim. You can always tell, can't you?
You're as fit as a fiddle, are you?
Paramedic Dave Hunt has to deal with a casualty from a reunion of submariners.
Luckily he was one of the amiable drunks. You couldn't really kind of get upset with him. He was just down to enjoy himself.
Is that your eyes? Just straight ahead. Look straight ahead. I know I'm ugly, but...
Just had an accident, you know, purely probably due to the drink.
Go put a little bandage. When my mate comes, we're going to put a little bandage around your head.
Why?
I'm not into that. I'm not into that, I'm afraid.
Who's next, Aiton?
I am.
Hey?
Okay, just keep still for a minute until we finish putting this on.
I'll be all right, man. I'll be all right.
You won't be up there long. Hey, just try and sit up, because you'll be banging your head again on the wall, won't you? Going to take you up the hospital.
Which other one?
Going to take you up the hospital, because you banged your head. You've got a cut.
My name's...
Ah, look at that. Look at that. Oh.
Isn't that horrible?
Feels ill. Feel ill.
What to give all these things?
If going to be sick, Sean, just go on. Go on, boy. Like we did this afternoon with that lady.
Hey?
There we are.
Put you on there.
Sutherland, are you?
Hang on a minute.
Oh, you heard that, son?
Is he in here?
Yeah, folks. Can I go with them? Where is he?
Dave, do you want his friend to come with him?
Do you want to come up with him?
You don't mind?
No, we don't mind. We'll come up with him then. Got no pains in your neck at all? Hey? No.
All right.
You just go to the taxi. Don't need fella.
I'm not going to ask you who got the best football team, then, am I?
Oh, Mr. Smith!
Mr. Smith, that's it, Jimmy Smith.
We never get doctors coming out. No, we don't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't queue up to get in, do they?
Especially if it's raining, they stand inside, don't they?
All right, just keep still. Okay. All right then, Eddie.
Hiya.
Hi there. This is Eddie. He's been down on a reunion from Sunderland. He's had copious sherbets. Got a taxi home to his accommodation. And has fallen. And has fallen from.
Eh?
He did have a bandage on that, but it's removed.
He's going to titrate it, yes.
Oh, the bag.
Do you remember what happened?
I haven't got one clue what I had a good day.
Get you forward, take your jumper set up for us.
Is this Portsmouth?
This is Portsmouth, yeah.
Some can be very aggressive, they don't want you anywhere near them. I think one of the problems is the uniforms are quite similar, and obviously they can't focus the word ambulance, and they just assume that you're the police, and once you've kind of explained to them that you're there to help them, they can ease up a little bit, but you just got to play it by ear, really.
There's been a fight outside a Southsea nightclub. Dicker Immins is on his way.
One of the first things I'll do when I come on a Saturday night, make sure I've got my gloves, make sure the first aid box got enough dressings, I've got my scissors. After the pubs turn out, you get called to a lot of drink-related jobs again. Cut heads and fights, people slumped on pavements and general things like that. You got any trouble breathing?
No, just coughing a bit.
But he's had a kicking, have you? Yeah, he's been assaulted, he's had a kicking. So it probably needs to be checked over a titch. All right, mate. But he's been walking around, as you can see, nothing serious. He hasn't been coughing up blood or anything like that. All right?
Kicked.
Yeah, kicked, yeah. Control are pretty good. Somebody dials treble 9, they keep on talking and try and get as much information as they can so they can tell us. And if there's a weapon being used, a knife or something, you'll get that information. Somebody slashed with a knife, say, so we can be ready for it.
Families at war, huh?
Yeah.
There you go, mate. There you go.
Good boy. Take a sit in a wheelchair.
There you go, Moyle.
Good lad.
This one? Yeah. Just feet on the old plates, mate.
What makes a good ambulance man?
For a start, you've got to have the right nature, I think. You've got to be kind. It's no good being a nasty person, obviously. So you've got to be kind, and you've also got to know your stuff. And if you rely on your mate as well, you can do a good job.
4 ambulances have been called to the Guildhall. Fans have been overcome at a concert by the pop group Take That.
All right, what do you want? Yeah, we've got one in there and some down there. So where do you want to go first?
You can stay away from me for a couple of minutes then, come on. You can stay away from the me. We're going to get you moving, and we're going to get you home.
The movie business? This one.
Hello, Ron.
You've got one in here. Yeah?
Ron.
She's all right, just keep with her. Keep over there, they talk to her, she's calming right down.
Yeah. This lady.
She feels sick.
Which I think she fell off. But I'm not sure. What's all this about?
That's 5 then, is it?
No, you've got 5 here, one round there, 6 now. Okay, she's hyperventilating quite badly actually. So if someone can go and sort him out, we'll sort this out.
What's the supply of paper bags like?
Well, not very good at the moment.
Right, let's have a word with the management here.
I'm coming down with you.
Okay. Can we help? Oh, you okay? Okay. Good, Charles.
What in the ambulance?
9, 10. Okay.
Okay, Claire, I'm with you. I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Come on.
I mean, she's really sobbing. Is there? You can get that stretched down. Stick this one on that.
Obviously the evening started at 7:30 and finished at 9:45, so at varying stages girls were sort of passing out and coming around again and passing out. Just excitement. It's a very popular band, the girls get very hot, they get very excited and they faint.
Has she? Where's Tits gone? Did you know? She got migraine now, Ron. Yeah.
She was like crying.
She was crying, she nearly just falling back, and then the bouncer just grabbed her. And then she came up to us and she just couldn't breathe. It's her chest was sort of like compressed and everything.
She'd just been hyperventilating because she got migraine.
Yeah. Other than that, I'll just take Graham over the other side. As soon as Titch has loaded your vehicle with the other patient, I'll get the chair set in here.
Yeah, certainly. Cheers, Ron.
We'll go over the other side.
All right. Okay.
Thanks, so we get
All right, Andy.
Policeman, Andy.
Fire brigade are on the way.
Meanwhile, at the other end of town, a man is trapped in his car.
Still for the minute. When you go in there, you do wonder what sort of scene is going to be there when you arrive. You obviously expect the worst, and so that when you get there, you can be pleasantly relieved that it's not as bad as you'd expect.
We're probably getting through here, Dave, actually. His leg's not stuck here, I don't think, is it? No. I'll get to the top sort out. It's all right, be good. Thanks, mate. Hello, mate. Cheers, Dave, mate. Keep it up, mate.
The door's the main problem at the moment, but we can smell petrol as well. That's what we're a bit concerned about. We don't think he's pinned by the legs, but it's just his door at the moment.
We get trained very hard in how to deal with sort of multiple pile-ups where there's a lot of casualties. But most of our working day is spent on a one-to-one basis. This is where the teamwork comes in. This is where your mate, who, as we call him, the driver, because as the attendant you're out first, but you're both the same. You both work the same. You've got to work together.
Slow your breathing down. Right. Slow your breathing down.
There's 5 altogether going out. There's 3 in that wagon, 2 in this one.
Quick, I'll see you at QA. I'll go and double up on this vehicle.
Okay then. Yeah, no problem.
Trolley, Dave? Trolley ready? Got your trolley, Dave?
I was able to put the patient's legs up onto the seat of the vehicle, and then we were able to gently slide the patient along the seat and out with some difficulty through the driver's door and onto the trolley. And it appeared at this stage that the driver, although virtually unconscious, was not seriously injured.
I quite enjoy RTAs. They're good fun. It sounds, people think, oh, good fun, how can you say it? It's good fun in the fact that you're doing your job. You start to think more. You've got more than one person to think about what you're going to need. Are you going to need backup? Are the fire brigade there? Are they going to be required? How's the patient trapped? Could you get the patient out yourself? All number of things have got to go through your mind and work out. And that makes it interesting.
Yeah, 2-6. Hang on, Colin, hang on, Nigel. All right. Hang on. His arm. Hang on. Keep going. Right. Get some leverage. Yeah, I've got some leverage on the back. All the way. All the way. Arm down. Great. Great stuff.
It can look a lot worse than it is. He came away quite luckily, you know, with the impact with the tree. Could have been far, far worse.
All right, Andy, just relax. Lay down. You're in the ambulance now.
If he struck the steering wheel with a severe blow, there may be abdominal injuries that, you know, we don't know about. Obviously, I examined the patient's stomach to see if there's any tenderness or boarding. You know, if there was internal hemorrhage, you'd be able to feel kind of boarding across the abdomen, but that wasn't apparent.
Andy, you open your eyes for me. Hello, that's it. You understand us now, can you? You're in the ambulance. You had a bit of an accident in your van. All right, got it. Hi, Ron. It's independent movement. He has opened his eyes occasionally. Right. On the initial, try that again. The left pupil did seem slightly larger than the right. Right. Okay. Sorry.
So he's on his own in the car?
Yeah, just on his own, just the driver. Right. And he's actually stumped round. Right. 2 ticks. On the count of 3. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah.
Okay. Hold that your way there. More than that.
Do you ever say it's been a hard day and I'm not sure I really want another hard day?
Briefly, yes, but I think that's possibly because of the fact you're tired or your eating patterns are not so good. I'm working mainly 6 shifts a week, and it is difficult to relax because your body clock is upside down.
It does take a lot out of you, doesn't it?
Yes, I think so. It's not an old man's job. I wouldn't say it's not what you would consider to be an old man. I don't know, but I would think the best times really were between 25 and 35 years of age. That's when you're physically fit as such.
Have you ever considered doing another job? Different job?
No, I don't think so. Now, I think this is more of a way of life than an actual job. Every time you go out on the road, you are taking part in somebody's life.
The driver of the car escaped with a broken leg. The amateur footballer's broken leg could put him out for the rest of the season.
And if, after watching Ambulance, you wish to discover more about first aid, we've prepared a list of some of the courses available in the Meridian area. And if you wish to receive a copy, please write to this address: Ambulance, Meridian, Southampton SO2 5HZ. That's Ambulance, Meridian, Southampton SO2.